winter, I fall at your feet. In summer, I blow where we meet. It's time for seasons to go. You pour me out.
It's late May, and it's time to talk about the vegetable kale. It's kind of a superfood. It's easy to grow, it's highly nutritious, it's green, and it tastes good raw. Hopefully you're growing some in your garden, and actually, you don't even need a garden. If you already have kale in your garden, this is the time of year the plants may start growing flowers. I recommend you should eat some of the flowers. They're really tasty, but you should also let some grow, because pods will start forming there, which will have seeds in it. And doing that has given me a whole bunch of new plants all over the place. I don't even have to do anything. I collect some of the seeds, but sometimes they just come out of the pod and fall to the ground. And now I got these plants just growing wild. And with some plants, if you have a lot of plants like me, you can cut those stems that have the flowers on them, and that will cause the plant to grow more leaves. Otherwise, the plant stops growing when it starts going into reproduction mode, and all you're going to have is these flowers. Flashback. Covering mid-November 2023. This is another one of those weird videos where unrelated things all connect together in the end. We're living in stormy times, and tonight there's a shower of piss coming.
What on earth is going on over in America?
David Pakman, who was challenged to debate a vegan.
If we replace all of those products, what are they replaced with to meet certain caloric needs? It ends up being a very small number of things that can do it, which generates monocultures. That's very bad for the environment.
I had an ongoing discussion with one of those people, the cadaver. Here's one post. For someone with a genius-level IQ, you're pretty bad at basic reading comprehension. I wrote a book, dude. Calling me a clout chaser just because I made a response video? And first off, point 2, section A, why does he assume clout? I'm chasing views here. And point 2, section B, what is wrong with trying to get views? He seems to be using a straw man here to hide from any information that my video has that he might not want to hear about. Oh, I think I found the real problem with these commenters. Just like maybe the problem with David Pakman saying crazy stuff to avoid the hard truth about veganism.
I got a voicemail asking for me to debate a vegan. And
it happens to be time for another meal. I got some dates that are warmed up. Yeah, in the winter, in the cold season, warm up your fruit. Much better.
I thought of another comment after a bit with people who go for a vegan or vegetarian diet.
mm-hmm.
They're not helping the planet much, I don't think. Because
She sounds fat.
This video is just plain stupid. The whole thing.
2% of milk were banned from school lunches in 2012 when lawmakers were fighting childhood obesity.
It just seems to make sense. If the kids want it, it's one of the ideal foods.
Farmer David Miller and others are backing House Bill 1861 to bring whole milk choices back.
To have whole milk and have a product that kids would flavor or they'll like, instead of having something that tastes like chalk.
Well, many Connecticut dairy farmers are rallying for Congress to bring whole milk back to schools, claiming it's healthier than low-fat milk.
Watch for him to say, "We now know," which I'm familiar with since I do response videos about health. That's a common thing people say when they want to fool the audience. Also, when you're watching, notice that he looks to be fat.
This is all based on 30-year-old outdated ideas. It's not even science. I mean, 30 years ago, the idea that a healthy breakfast included some artificially flavored cereal that was fat-free and loaded with chemicals, covered with skim milk, and that was considered to be a healthy diet for our children.
A politician lying, just like I see with health gurus on YouTube, and they're all lying about the same things. I often cover the parallels between diet gurus and politicians. Very similar, And when politicians start talking about diet and health, you get the exact same language. I am betting that this politician is a Republican, because Republicans align perfectly with the low-carb crowd, all the hucksters out there, who are also on the fat side. Lauren Cordain, I'm thinking about you.
Artificially flavored cereal that was fat-free and loaded with chemicals, covered with skim milk, and that was considered to be a healthy diet for our children. We know now that that was wrong.
According to Senator George Borrello,
people don't buy it, and that has hurt our dairy farmers.
U.S. Representative Virginia Fox on the floor of Congress one day before Congress takes its recess for the holidays, using their precious little time to do things like put whole milk back in schools. Yes, it's the newest culture war thing we should have all been mad about.
Reflecting on Christmas traditions this year begs the question, if whole milk is a good option to fuel Santa's extraordinary Christmas Eve journey, then why isn't it an option for American school children in their lunchrooms?
Well, look at Santa Claus.
And my pronouns are kiss my ass.
Right.
The nutrients in whole milk, like protein, calcium, and vitamin D, provide the fuel Santa needs to travel the whole globe in one night. Whole milk is the unsung hero of his Christmas journey. Protein helps build and repair.
No, Virginia, there is no Santa Claus. Get this person out of the house and into a home. This is our world, people. Now vote. That's Representative Virginia Fox trying to reverse the vegan agenda, one we've been working on for decades, trying to help animals, the environment, and people. And of course, Virginia is a Republican, and she doesn't want any of that stuff. I keep you up to date on a lot of bullshit that other vegans do not even address or probably never hear about. A lot of them don't involve themselves in politics. Vegans are missing a boat there. Don't miss the boat. You gotta vote if you want to change the world.